My head is usually so small for these.
Welcome to Also Cool Sounds Like. We feature the stories and creative journeys of musicians in and around Montreal. We're having conversations about where their musical inspiration comes from, what keeps them going, and what navigating the industry is like today. My name's Aviva Lessard, and I'm a journalist and podcast producer in Montreal. Last August, I sat down with Alix Fernz, days after the release of his single Couteau à la gorge, to discuss his new album, Symphonie publicitaire sous influence. We discussed how aesthetics influences his sound, learning how to let go of creative control, and how his sister may or may not have inspired one of the songs on his album, still up for debate. This episode was produced in collaboration with CKUT 90.3 FM. Here's the conversation. So, welcome.
Thank you.
Can I get you to just introduce yourself, tell me about your project, and describe a little bit the music that you make?
Yeah, my name's Alix Fernz. Alix Fernz. Because sometimes when I say it, people don't understand. I really mumble, by the way. But yeah, no, I'm from Sainte-Thérèse, which is a suburb town north of Montreal. This is a solo project. I do everything by myself at home. And it's like this weird mix of, people call it like hypnagogic pop, which is like a kind of 80s vibe pop bedroom music, lo-fi.
Are you happy with that label?
I don't know. It's sometimes when you say it, it feels a little bit like
You're like, nobody knows what that means.
Pop, and nobody knows what that means. Yeah, but
you're stuck with it.
Yeah, I kind of like it. Okay. It's funny.
And you mentioned Sainte-Thérèse. That's where you grew up.
Yeah.
Describe a place for me a bit. Like, what's like a typical teenager hangout? What would you get up to there?
Mostly hanging in cars. So we would just like park in the parking lot of like La Cage aux Sports and just mostly smoke weed and listen to like really hard trap. Honestly, this is the only thing that we did every day.
Okay, interesting. And then you kind of like broke out and you came to Montreal.
Yeah, I was 17 when I moved to Montreal. That's where I started like actually. At first I stopped doing drugs, smoking weed, because I was like smoking weed every day and like having this awful relationship with my parents. And I met my ex that was living in Montreal, and she was like, just come live at my parents. So
okay.
That's what I did.
That's how you got
for
there.
3 years. Yeah.
Okay.
In the basement.
And what was that neighborhood?
It was Verdun.
Then you started making music more regularly.
So her father is one of like some Québécois music legend that I didn't know about before I met her. She was like, "Do you know my dad?" I'm like,
"What's the name?"
Fred Fortin.
Okay.
Yeah. She was like, "Do you know my dad?" I'm like, "What's his name?" Fred Fortin. I'm like, no idea. And I feel like it worked for that, because like if I knew his dad, I would have been like
intimidated.
Yeah. But then I had this really good relationship with him, and he had this little room in the basement where he was like doing his music a little bit, but not really. So I used this room a lot to start like recording and like having fun with like on my own. He had a 4-track cassette tape. So I would like fuck around with this. It was so fun. But he took it back after when we broke up, you know.
Oh.
Makes sense.
Okay, so you break out, and then but the music stuck.
So that back then it was my first project, Bloodskin, a topic. I released 4 albums, like in like 3 years. I was like releasing stuff after stuff, and just like that's how I started to bring a band together. They were all like friends that I was studying with in school. and we just did the classic like rounds of like all the dive bars in Montreal over and over. And yeah, that's how it started, and this project just like died during COVID.
So then you've kind of had your solo project now going on, picking up steam. You must have had a crazy past year. What's it been like?
It's been super insane. I'm like just going with the wave, and every day is like, I know I'm like really like that kind of guy that's just like, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, what's happening today? Like I'm not, I don't know, I don't look in the back or in the future ever, because I get always like so excited for stuff too much, and then if that doesn't happen, I'm like, I get too emotional and sad, you know, because I used to be like always excited for stuff, and then like rethinking about it all the time and dreaming about it, and then when the night or the event happens, I'm like, fuck, like I should have just never thought about it.
So, but you're touring a lot, is that
Touring
it?
a lot.
What have been some of your favorite stops?
I think last year was Denise du Lac, which is in Lac Saint-Jean. It's like this really small festival. There's like only 200 people, 200 people max capacity. It's like on a camping site on an island. It was freaking crazy. We did like the show, like 360 surrounded by people, genre, with the speakers all around us. Everyone was like super high on mushrooms, so the vibe was just like everyone was like dancing by themselves but together.
Is that kind of within your principle of like you didn't know what you were getting into, you weren't thinking about it, and then it was like...
It was insane, honestly. Even like, because sometimes I'm like really picky about like lights and ambience like during the show, and like I saw the stage in the day, and there was only like those like classic Christmas lights just on top of the stage, and I was like, oh fuck, that's like not the vibe at all. But then it was like totally the vibe.
Wow.
When we performed.
You recently released a single, Couteau à la gorge.
Yeah, yesterday.
Tell me the backstory. What's it about? When did the idea first come to you?
So I usually I start with the instrumental most of the times, and
what kind of instruments are you usually noodling around?
I always start with drum machine and bass, and then I build on top of that, and usually I do the lyrics at the end. And that song, I like first started the lyrics by like talking about this girl that's like trying to figure out her life, and like I was like trying to find a name for the character. And the only name that I found was like Anna, because it's like the only word that, I don't know, makes sense while I wrote it. And my sister's name is Annabelle, so I was like, okay, so now it turned out to be like this whole song about my sister that's like romanticized.
Okay, so it is about your sister.
Kinda.
Does she like that it's about her?
Not really.
Elle fume le tabac, c'est leur soleil, jamais dans le drama, comme un fusil.
Because I don't know, it's just like, it doesn't really talk about her, but like, it's funny because if you know her, you could relate to like the lyrics a little bit.
Okay.
Because she's in cinema, she smokes cigarettes.
I hear it as someone who's kind of like seeking fame.
Yeah. A little bit, but like I don't know, it's like this girl that's like romanticizing her life, and she thinks she's in a movie, but like she's just not ready for the real world at all.
And your sister directed the video?
She did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And even if she's not thrilled to be named,
No, honestly, now she's
into it now?
Yeah, she likes it now. That's fine.
okay, she's turned around.
Couteau à la gorge.
So I know you're going to be releasing an album in October. How are you feeling when you went into starting this album?
I don't really plan an album in advance. I usually just start making music and build up songs like randomly a little bit. And after probably like 6 months after the release of the first album, I was like, I could be ready for a new release in the next year. And I told my label about it, and they were like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's not done, but I'm sure I can figure it out." So they gave me a date to like have all the mix and all the masters done to be ready to like distribute all the stuff that I don't understand. And I was like, okay, so I have this. I really work better on like pressure and the deadline. So I like rushed it a little bit, but not really, because I like literally just took songs. There's even a song that I did with my old band. Like I did my own cover of my own song. It was like more of a mashup kind of mixtape vibe that I wanted to do at first, but then I was like, I should just make an album with it. I got like really inspired by this movie that I went to watch with my friend. It's called Jubilee by Jack Jarman. It's like the 70s punk movie that I was like, okay, I'm like obsessed with it. So I like started to like kind of bring this vibe to the album and like make it like aesthetically powerful.
This is the generation who grew up and forgot to lead their lives. They were so busy watching my endless movie.
So the images in the film, you wanted to somehow translate that into music.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like really visual guy, so anything that's like shocking me or like really, I don't know, I'm like, I want to do the exact same thing, but in my own way. Yeah, I was like, this is exactly what I am like looking for. Just like this classic like 70s delinquent chaotic punks in the street that are just like fashionably so cool and like really colorful because it's like late 70s, early 80s, but also like all wearing leather, and it's just like visually so pleasing to me. And I was like, nobody dresses like that anymore. And it pissed me off. I mean, except for me, because this is like my inspiration, but like I just wish I lived in that time, you know? Sometimes. For the good reasons.
And now that the album is kind of done, can you give me like 3 adjectives to describe it?
I would say fast.
Okay.
I would say colorful and ashes.
Ashes?
Yeah.
Okay, explain that one a bit more.
I know. I feel like my music is not good on...
Like a cigarette ash?
Yeah, like if you taste it.
Okay. There's like a bitterness or like a...
Yeah, it can make you uncomfortable and like you don't like it, but then something's like super like...
Sticks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one. Nobody asked me that before.
Looking back, I know you kind of wrote the songs more individually, but like, is there a story that goes along with it now?
Not really, honestly. I feel like for me, like the lyrics are always such a necessary evil kind of thing. Like I don't like if it would just me, I would do it all instrumental. But I like the effect of like having words on top of music, and it just like I'm trying really hard to make something that's like that I thought about, and it's like a concept or something. But then I just like I was just like, you know what, this is what it is. Stop trying to make something that's like such a big deal out of it, you know?
Yeah. Is that how you felt your first album was? That you felt like you had to make a story?
No, I feel like the first album was a little bit easy for that because I had a lot of things to say because it was the first one. Just like in terms of like creating this, the vibe that I was trying to put on people. Also the aesthetic. I wanted it to be like really like something that people could understand easily for the first one.
You wanted it to be your like 70s ideal, your punk 70s ideal.
Yeah, but then also it's because the first one's all about like all the teenager trauma kind of thing that you're like trying to become an adult and like
coming of age.
Yeah, figuring out what you're doing in your life.
So now you're an adult. So
now I'm an adult, and now it's just basically stuff that I'm witnessing.
Okay.
That I'm trying to like romance a bit.
Okay,
you know?
so you're more, it's less internal and it's more...
Yeah, especially this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know you've gotten inspiration. You're a bartender and
Yeah.
you observe. Are you still doing that?
This is my life most of the time. For me, the easiest way to write lyrics about is what I witness at the bar.
And you kind of like make stories up about what you're seeing?
Yeah, like I see a little bit like some stuff sometimes like happening, and like I take this idea and then I make it something that's like completely not the same at the end, but like it starts with this thing that I've witnessed, you know.
What's like one little event you've witnessed?
I mean, the classic one that I say all the time because it's kind of really funny but also really fucked up. There's this guy once that showed up to the bar. He was like a kid, and he was wearing like the balaclava thing, so like covering his eye, covering his nose, mouth. So we were just like seeing his eyes, and he like pulled out a bear spray can and just started to just like spray everyone.
Oh my god!
For no reason, and just ran away. And I remember, like, because I was working inside when that happened, and the bouncers were in the front of the bar, so they were the first one, like, taking the spray. And I remember, like, them running in the bar and just, like, plashing water in their eyes and just, like, wow. And then one of the bouncers was, like, went through the door because he was, like, pissed.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Maybe that person will end up as a character in the song.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time these characters get banned from Lasco. Like, there's a song on the album that's about that, but it's like not completely just about that. But I think it's, there's what I call.
Cette pomme qui vont danser au funérailles. La vie c'est beau, ça demande rien que juste un pas.
That's a song on the album that's about like people becoming more pretty after 2:15 in the morning.
And what about like your kind of recording process? So
yeah,
you kind of save the lyrics for last. It's like you're maybe a challenging part.
The artist part for me, for sure, yeah.
Then you're kind of doing a lot of instrumentation, and then are you bringing it to a band to record?
What I did for the first album was the same thing that I did for the second one. I can't say they're demos because I use the original recordings for the final mix too. But I do everything at home, like vocals, synths, bass, drum, name it, like literally everything. And then I send the songs to my live band, only to the drummer and the bassist, so they could learn the part that I wrote. And then we go in a studio. Usually it's not a studio, but it's like a cottage. And then we just like bring all the gear there, and then they record bass and drum on like a click on top of the songs. So there's this like live vibes that I think for me it's important, because I don't want it to feel like it's like a little bit cold sometimes when it's all being recorded by the same person and just like layering stuff.
You want more ambience, kind of.
Yeah, and just like a natural kind of vibe to the music. I've been doing that for these two albums, but I'm super happy about it. But I feel like the next one I'm gonna do it all by myself.
Okay, so that part can be a bit challenging.
I mean, yeah, it's challenging because like it still turns into like a band kind of moment where we go to that cottage and like we try to figure it out, because like I technically am the guy that makes the songs. So like I don't want to be bossy,
You
but
want the control.
if I don't want that you're doing on that song, like should I feel bad about it, you know? Because like and sometimes the guys they want to put their touch a little
flair.
bit, and I'm super open, but sometimes, you know, there's a little bit friction, but like nothing that's like problematic. But
it must be scary because you have it all in your head.
yeah, and sometimes I'm not the guy that's playing, so I'm like I could be a little bit rusher, like I can be like do it another time, like after like 25 times, and the guy's like, dude, you have something in there, and
You're a drill
I'm like,
sergeant.
no. But I feel like after this one, I want to go somewhere else a little bit, something a little bit more like drastically different.
You got your punk energy. What's the grossest thing you've done on stage?
On stage, I'm not really like, I don't do gross things. My classic move, and everybody knows, is that I deep throat my mic as far as I can, and so I don't know. I feel like in the moment, it's like it works, and people are like, yeah. It's funny because like every time I see pictures of the live shows, after, it's always about like this exact moment. I'm like, guys, I need to figure out something different
move.
a little bit. Yeah. Now I'm doing a little bit of like MJ foot move these days.
Well, I guess soon you'll be touring your new album, so
Yeah, I mean, I
practice.
get even more comfortable on stage, so I'll figure it out. I mean, I'm definitely not ever gonna go to that point where I do like a backflip Benson Boone kind of the stuff, you know. Not like that. I'm humble a little bit on stage. I don't want to, like, I like the attention, but not really. So it's like a weird mix of like, I look really bored when I do my show, but I also like, I super extroverted and like, I don't know. It's like, if I feel like that in that second, I can like, like being really into it. And then 2 seconds after, I'm like, I look like I don't want to be there. It's funny.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to like share about your album or your process, your music? Something you want to get off your chest?
I feel like this album is I'm gonna see where it goes. I don't want to say like it's the end of something, because like definitely not. Like I'm gonna still do stuff after that, but I feel like the two albums are really going great together. It's like the second version of the first one. It's different for sure, but it's not like, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna do something that's like really more calm.
Okay, well, thank you so much for
Of
chatting
course,
with
thanks
me.
for having me.
And we're really excited to hear your album when it's out.
Me too.
If someone were to say, okay, I'm going to listen to it for the first time, where should they be? What should they be doing in your ideal setting?
It's like not a easy listening kind of thing. It's like there's too much going on. I feel like you need to listen to it, but like doing something else. So like I have a friend that's like, dude, your album's like so good at like cleaning. So cleaning. I never tried it because I
Okay,
don't
you
listen
heard
to
it
my
here
own music while I
first.
do stuff.
Clean your house and
Clean your
listen.
house or go to the gym.
La vie c'est beau, ça demande rien que juste maquiller pour rien. Des collants roses sans avoir peur, laisse donc les gens se crever les yeux.
This episode of Also Cool Sounds Like is hosted by me, Aviva Lessard, and was produced by Tashiina Buswa and Gwen Roley in collaboration with Also Cool magazine. Shout out to the Also Coolers Maleka Astorga and Zoe Argyropoulos Hunter for their support. We also want to say thank you to CKUT 90.3 FM in Montreal for collaborating with us. Our intro music is by Jacob Lessard, and the show's artwork is designed by Rory Stobart. Check out the magazine at alsocoolmag.com or on Instagram at alsocoolmag. We'll include a link to Alix Fernz' music in the show notes. Don't forget to rate and subscribe to this podcast wherever you listen. If you'd like to be featured on the show or want to recommend an artist, email us at podcast@alsocoolmag.com. Thanks for listening.